Book 9, The Book of Eternal Night, Canto 1, Towards the Black Void, page 576. Then Death, the king, leaned boundless down, as leans night over tired lands, when evening pales and fading gleams break down the horizon's walls, nor yet the dusk grows mystic with the moon. The dim and awful Godhead rose erect from his brief stooping to his touch on earth, and like a dream that waves out of a dream, forsaking the poor mould of that dead clay, another luminous Satyavan arose, starting upright from the recumbent earth, as if someone over viewless borders stepped, emerging on the edge of unseen worlds. In the earth's day, the silent marvel stood between the mortal women and the god. Such seemed he, as if one departed came, wearing the light of a celestial shape, splendidly alien to the mortal air. The mind sought things long loved and fell back foiled from unfamiliar hues, beheld yet longed by the sweet radiant form, unsatisfied, incredulous of its too bright hints of heaven. Too strange the brilliant phantasm to life's clasp, desiring the warm creations of the earth, reared in the ardor of material suns, the senses seized in vain a glorious shade. Only the spirit knew the spirit still, and the heart divined the old loved heart, though changed. Between two realms he stood, not wavering, but fixed in quiet strong expectancy, like one who, sightless, listens for a command. So were they immobile on that earthly field, powers not of earth, though one in human clay. On either side of one, two spirits strove. Silence battled with silence, vast with vast. But now the impulse of the path was felt, moving from the silence that supports the stars to touch the confines of the visible world. Luminous he moved away. Behind him death went slowly with his noiseless tread, as seen in dream-built fields a shadowy herdsman glides behind some wanderer from his voiceless herds, and Savitri moved behind eternal death. Her mortal pace was equal with the gods. Wordless she travelled in her lover's steps, planting her human feet where his had trod into the perilous silences beyond. At first, in a blind stress of woods, she moved with strange inhuman paces on the soil, journeying as if upon an unseen road. Around her, on the greened and imaged earth, the flickering screen of forests ringed her steps, its thick, luxurious obstacle of boughs besieged her body, pressing dimly through in a rich realm of whispers palpable, and all the murmurous beauty of the leaves rippled around her like an emerald robe. But more and more this grew an alien sound, and her old intimate body seemed to her a burden which her being remotely bore. Herself lived far in some uplifted scene where to the transclaimed vision of pursuit soul presences in a high spaceless dream, the luminous spirit glided stilly on, and the great shadow travelled vague behind. Still, with an amorous crowd of seeking hands, softly entreated by their old desires, her senses felt earth's close and gentle air cling round them, and in troubled branches knew uncertain treadings of a faint foot wind. She bore dim fragrances, far callings touch the wild bird's voice, and its winged rustle came as if a sigh from some forgotten world. Earth stood aloof yet near, round her it wove its sweetness and its greenness and delight, its brilliant soar of well-loved vivid hues, sunlight arriving to its golden noon, and the blue heavens and the caressing soil. The ancient mother offered to her child her simple world of kind familiar things. But now, as if the body's sensuous hold, curbing the godhead of her infinite walk, had freed those spirits to their grander road across some boundaries intangible bar, the silent God grew mighty and remote in other spaces, and the soul she loved lost its consenting nearness to her life. Into a deep and unfamiliar air, enormous, windless, without stir or sound, they seemed to enlarge away, drawn by some wide pale distance from the warm control of earth, and her grown far. Now they would escape. Then flaming from her body's nest, alarmed, her violent spirit soared at Satyavan. Out mid the plunge of heaven-surrounded rocks, so in a terror and a wrath divine, from her eyrie streams against the ascending depth, indigent at its crouching point of steel, a fierce she-eagle threatened in her brood, borne on a rush of puissance and a cry, outwinging like a mass of golden fire. So, on a spirit's flaming outrush borne, she crossed the borders of dividing sense, like pale discarded sheets, dropped dully down, her mortal members fell back from her soul. A moment of a secret body sleep, her trance knew not of sun or earth or world. Thought, time and death were absent from her grasp. She knew not self. Forgotten was Savitri.